bro. What you plan on doing today?
Being figured and taping the bottom.
What's that matter to me?
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, KTV, and I'm back with another barber tutorial video. Today, we're gonna do a man fade, as you heard in the beginning of the clip. So, let's get into it. First, you wanna start off with your bald line, right? Now, you're gonna see that in this fade, I'm going to bring everything around, right? I don't just do side by side. When it comes to a fade like this, I like to do everything all together. And one thing you do to one side, you're gonna do to the next side. So we're just keeping it all symmetrical. I didn't do a drop. I'm bringing it literally all the way around. We're gonna do more of like a bald fade, but it's, you know, it's a mid fade. Cleaning up the bottom of the neck. Some people's skin is too sensitive for a shaver, so that's why I'm not necessarily using one in this one, but we're gonna get everything together. So here, as you saw, we come with the open, no guard, and you just go up about a finger's width, you know, half an inch or an inch or whatever you want to call it, and you just multiple strokes. You want to make sure that everything is the same length, right? That's why you go over it multiple times. Again, you're gonna do that all the way around. One thing you do on one side, you do on the next side. I always want to make sure you comb in one. Cut one, comb one, cut one, comb one. Here, lever plate, right? I dropped it halfway, softened that line up a little bit. Now, then I'm gonna drop it all the way closed using the corner of my blade, right? I'm not using the full blade, I'm using the corners to get in between those hairs, right? To really blend everything together. And then after I go all the way closed, I'm gonna go 1/4, right? I'm gonna open it 1/4. That's in between the open and completely closed. Well, I'm sorry, open and halfway. And yeah, man, you just, in that realm, you just, you know, knocking those hairs out. Keeping everything consistent. Alright, so here we're using the 1.5 with the grain, right? I believe I started off what that looked like is halfway. Yeah, and we just laying everything down, right? The reason I came in with the 1.5 is because that's going to be my highest length, my darkest length, right? I want to take everything down to that length, and then we're gonna blend the light into the darkness, right? So we did our first section, that was the no guard, and now we knocking everything down and we just gonna match everything together. So here I'm coming with the 1 guard closed, and I'm going to go against the grain with that, right? Going up that same half an inch or finger's width, right? Multiple strokes. You want to make sure that everything is the same length, right? And you just want to repeat that step. We're going to do that all the way around the hand. What you do on one side, you're going to do on the other side. Shout out to my brother Hypebeat Production, man, for this beat. I'm going to drop his information down in the description below, so that way y'all can check him out, man. If y'all want to order any beats or anything like that, please don't hesitate to check him out, man. We going with the half guard, right? And we're gonna do lever plate. So we starting completely open to soften that line up, right? Because that 1 guard was closed, opening that half guard is literally gonna be right under it. So it's not gonna super soften it up, but it's gonna soften it up just enough for those next steps, right? Then we're gonna go midway, right? We're gonna close that lever halfway. We're gonna do those same steps. Again, use the corner of your blade, right? You don't want to lay the blade flush onto the scalp when you blend it, right? And then you're gonna go all the way close, and you're gonna knock the rest of that line out. My trick, my tip that I like to do after I go all the way close, I come back with it 1/4, right? In between the completely open and the halfway. And I use that lever or that level, and I complete the top of the blend, right? I get everything just to lay it a little bit flush. We're gonna do that all the way around, so I'm gonna sit back and let y'all watch that. these fades, man, make sure y'all take y'all time with it, right? Have fun with it, right? You don't want to be so locked in or trying to be the fastest or be so locked in or trying to be perfect, right? You just want to take your time with it, right? Sometimes when you staring at a blend for too long, man, your eyes get distorted, right? Or all you can see is the blend. Sometimes you gotta look away. That's why you keep a mirror around you, right? You want to look at that mirror. That mirror gonna show you everything that you need to see. Don't be afraid to drop it and come back. Like you see here, I took that half guard off, right? Now I'm coming again all the way open, no guard, to finish that blend, right? Don't be afraid to go back in your steps. Now I put that half guard back on, right? And it's just detail, right? If you detail within your fade while you're fading, you won't have as much detail work to do when it comes to the end. So now remember, I came with that 1.5 with the grain, right? Now I'm coming with that 1.5 against the grain. I believe I got it completely open, right? And we just going attacking it. We just going at it. In this motion, when you at the top of the blend, you want to use kind of like a flick out motion. I know it don't really look like it because it's sped up, but you kind of want to scoop out, right? Like you creating a C. It's gonna help soften those hairs up, right? You go completely open, then you do the same thing. You go halfway, soften it up a little bit more. You go all the way closed. I think here I came completely closed. I think I was halfway with that 1.5 when I went with the grain the first time. But then I just came back completely closed, right? And you just working it, right? As you in your blend, right, you're going to notice the things that you have to make changes on. Just make those minor adjustments, man. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you know your steps, right, when you create your system and you follow your system, you will never get lost in your blend. You will never get lost in your fade. You will never get lost in your technique, right? If I wanted to, I could do one side and the other side. But to me, this is just easier, right? So, yeah, man, just stay in that pocket, man. Just keep working. Now, we're going to do a little bit more detail work. This is when you want to detail that darkness at the top, right? So if I use the 1.5, what's right under the 1.5 for one? So we're going to come with that one guard and we're going to use the 2 corners of the blade, right? I'm not using the full blade. I'm using them corners. You want to stay between all the way open and 1/4, right? And just work at it, right? You just picking at it, going in between them hairs, and you like really just scooping at it, right? You're using those corners, man. So detail. I cannot stress it enough, man. Detail. I believe I'm even gonna come with that one, laying the rest of the hair down. I know y'all see that little bulk that's kind of like right there. See, I'm coming with that one with the grain, man. That's just gonna knock that down. It's all about detail, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This be hard. My boy snapped on this one. Yes, sir. Now we doing that lining prep, right? He said he wanted to taper the line up. So I'm knocking the hairs down to like, I believe it's a 1.5, halfway right now. Yeah, we just knocking it down. We're gonna come back and we're gonna knock it down a little bit further. But the reason you want to knock those hairs down, man, so when you come back with the lineup, you can actually see and get that overhang to actually lay down, right? You don't want to line it up and it's a big old fro. You know what I'm saying? So, just knock it down. Make sure you clean the client off, man. Gas. Now, y'all know me coming with that shaving cream, right? The reason I use shaving cream, it's the same as a hot lather, right? You can either even use shaving gel, right? You just want something that's going to lay the hairs down, something that's going to dry the skin out, right? Clean the skin in the same process. And then you want to come with that hot towel, right? Let that sit for a couple of seconds. I know it's sped up. I'm giving them like a little mini massage with my hands. Now I'm gonna clean it off. We're gonna come back with that got to be, or whatever spritz you like to use, whatever holding spray. Come back with the blow dryer, set it. I'm using my glove to lay everything down. And then we're gonna come in with that pre-liner. Y'all know me, I like to use pre-liners. See here, I'm knocking everything down further. I noticed it was still a little high, so I came with that one completely open and I laid it all down. Now I'm using my pre-liners, right? Start at the middle. Y'all seen I use the tip of the nose as a reference, right? I went right in the middle. The tip of the nose came right up to the center, and I'm working my way all the way to one side. I like to line up the entire side first. Get all the framework out. And then when it's time to do the other side, y'all gonna see me restart right back in the center. Right there. Going back to the other side, doing the same exact things, right? When y'all doing this, y'all want to make sure y'all are light, right? These clippers or these trimmers can be extremely sharp. Yes, I'm going in with the enhancements. I asked the client if he wanted enhancements. He said yes, go ahead and enhance it. So that's what I'm doing. Do not be afraid of enhancement, man. I get it. Enhancements is something that's new. It was not something that barbers back in the day used to do. But it takes a skill to be able to use enhancements, no matter how you want to look at it. If you don't have an artistic vision or you don't have the skill or the knowledge of how to use enhancements, it can come out looking like it's been enhanced, right? It'll come out looking too dark. It'll come out looking like it's been colored, right? So if you like to use enhancements, please use the enhancements. But what I will say, if you are just starting out, please perfect or better your craft in cutting first. Being able to do an actual haircut without enhancements before you start using enhancements. Enhancements are meant to enhance the haircut, not to make the haircut. You get what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you have a good basis underneath them enhancements. And now we're going to come back with those hitters, man, and we're going to clean everything up, put everything together. Coming up on the finished product, man, I just want to say I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you found this video informative, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. I'll catch y'all in the next.